hiphopandwrestling.com. My name is VSOP.
Stephen Gold, what's good, people?
So Seth Rollins, he came out and he was on one. He was talking that shit with his goons in the back. You know, Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Mr. Heyman. And although his promo was long and drawn out, which is typically how a Seth Rollins promo is, he said some good shit that I wanted to get your thoughts on. So I actually have it here verbatim. All right, so he said, Columbus, you are sending me mixed signals here. And so let me ask you a question. All of you, everyone in this building, what do you want? And so, of course, the crowd starts chanting all mixed type of shit, CM Punk, Cody, whoever. So he said, exactly, 1 minute you're chanting for Cody. The next is CM Punk. And then you're barking for the dog. Then you're singing my song, which, of course, they started singing the song. Good point he made there, right? So it's painfully obvious that you have no damn idea what you want. And so I don't care what you want. You don't know what's good for you. That's why you need people like me, visionaries, to tell you what's good for you. It's cooking with gas so far. I like it. Granted, it took him 5 minutes to probably say that because of the interruptions of chants. But when you read it, it's like, okay, he's cooking. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's try an experiment. Wrap this around your tiny little brains. You got some heat for that one. Even the things you think you want, they exist because of me. All right, Gold. So now how much truth is to this? You tell me. We're gonna go down the list. He said Roman Reigns, he exists because of me. I mean, they debuted together as the Shield.
Yeah. I mean, and actually, you know, before Roman Reigns became Roman Reigns, he was the one that sparked that. He turned on him.
Yeah.
And that put him on a different path, you know. So if that shit wouldn't have happened, then he probably would have turned into the tribal chief. So, I mean, I think that's 100% fact.
All right. So far. And I agree. I think, you know, as a collective, them coming in together was probably the best thing for all three of them. For them to each
for sure
establish their own identities, their own personas, and all of them world champions in a short time after they broke up as well. But Roman Reigns and Seth definitely had a feud that's went the test of time over 10 years at this point, right? And we're still waiting for it to be settled. And that's the thing that lets you know they did a good job. We're still waiting for that one Seth and Roman match to say, all right, this fucking shit is finished. Wow. It's settled. And that shit's settled. You know what I'm saying? We're still waiting for it, right or wrong. Still waiting for it. And hopefully they would do it at the biggest stage of the world. But at this point, you know, they'll do it when it makes sense. I mean, Roman's been MIA since he got dropped after WrestleMania. I assume when he comes back, that's the first person he's going to be gunning for. So,
and you know something, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there in the universe.
Throw it out there.
I mean, he might come back earlier, but maybe when Seth gets that damn belt, which is it's bound to happen, you know.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen. As soon as he get that belt, that fucking Roman entrance theme is gonna come on.
The same day?
Yeah.
Same day. All right.
As soon as he get that fucking belt. Watch what I tell you. But tell me that shit will not pop though. When that happens, like, and that Roman theme music comes on, soon as Seth like celebrating, you know, with the belt, Lord, I did it, and that, they're like, oh shit.
You know what?
Back to business.
That makes sense. I don't think Roman's going to want to have Seth enjoy his moment at the top for too long. If anything, Roman's going to strike at the most opportune moment, and that definitely will be probably. I mean, that's a good moment to call. Whenever Seth wins the belt, Roman's not too far behind. Possibly that same day, but I do think it will probably be after Seth gets the belt. And
yeah, me too.
Because Roman's going to have to go through Braun, and he's going to have to go through Bronson before he can even get a sniff of Seth freaking Rollins. But good point. So Roman Reigns, He exists because of me, said Seth Rollins. CM Punk didn't come back because you chanted his name. He came back because the company wanted to cash in on how much I hate CM Punk. That's the truth. Now that
I didn't agree with
that one, I mean, I think they knew that there's money in that particular feud, so they went for it, right? Throughout the whole thing, they had Punk. They had Punk with Drew first.
Yeah.
But Seth was always around. He was a special guest referee. Like, it was a long time before Seth and Punk had that first match, but they was talking shit to each other the entire time. So they were building that up for a money match, which ultimately led to some great singles matches, a cage match, and a WrestleMania main event.
Yeah.
And they're still fucking with each other now. So, but was that the plan?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think they was just listening to the fans, and they knew how much influence CM Punk had. But I think he just made himself feel a little too more important with that situation. It's like, I mean, you're definitely a pillar, you know, in the business. But for you to say that they brought him back just to feud with you, it's like, no, they didn't.
Yeah, that was.
They just, fans love CM Punk. You just, like I said, he just making himself a little too important with that statement.
Yeah. I doubt he really meant it, but from a character standpoint, I was like, all right, I'm rocking with you so far. You're still cooking.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago.
It's a blend. It's a blend with Seth cooks promos.
Yeah. There's that blurred reality, right? For all I know, they're in the back eating lunch together and shit, just getting along, good old fellas. Who knows?
Cooking.
Right. Because
back and forth ideas.
Exactly. But I remember a long time ago, Roddy Piper, rest in peace, Roddy Piper, when he debuted, when he came to WCW, when Hulk Hogan was there as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper had showed up and he had said that the fans would not have loved you as much as they did if they didn't hate me as much as they did. And I was like, that's an interesting take right there. But go figure. All right, so he said, CM Punk didn't come back because you chanted his name. He came back because his company wanted to cash in on how much I hate CM Punk. That's the truth, as you look. All right, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. There is no second coming of Cody Rhodes unless I put him on the map.
I don't agree with that either.
You don't agree with that either?
No. I mean, Cody had his own organic, you know what I'm saying, like situation. And he put in the work and put in the time and had the feuds and the matches and muscled himself up, man, you know, and got the crowd behind him. And that's why, like, even when he left and lost the championship, it didn't hurt him. I'm just glad they brought him back as fast as they did because, you know, with these fans nowadays, it's like, you know, too much time away, they'll kind of like
forget about you.
Yeah. But him coming back as fast as he did, it just lets you know like what kind of imprint he left as champion. You know, and same thing for Roman Reigns, you know, like even though he's lost the belt, like he can come back and still get the same pop like he still got the belt.
True.
So just time, effort, and consistency and just right timing, man. Right timing. So
I think it was just those three call-outs of those three individuals was pretty brilliant in terms of the promo and trying to get heat. Because there's a little bit of truth to each one of them. Now, in the case of Cody Rhodes, baby. Cody Rhodes re-debuted at WrestleMania against who?
Seth Rollins.
And that whole hype, Seth Rollins didn't even have a match leading up to WrestleMania. They were taking a chance. They were taking a gamble, rolling the dice on Cody Rhodes' return. It worked. Clearly it worked. And Seth was there to not carry him, but to work with him to have an amazing match at that WrestleMania. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And then the feud continued for, you know, a couple more months until Cody got hurt. They had the Hell in a Cell match, which I still haven't watched all the way yet because the purple chest, it just grosses me out.
I know. You said it does something to you. It's triggering.
Yeah, I don't like that. But shout out to him for having the guts to still go through the match and Seth being able to protect him to not worsened the injury, right? Ultimately, they ended up teaming together to main event WrestleMania against The Rock and the Tribal Chief, right? So, so when he says there's no second coming of Cody Rhodes unless I put him on the map, there was a little bit of a rub given to Cody Rhodes. Would you agree or do you disagree?
I think it was for both of them, though. I mean, Cody Rhodes' return definitely was fire too, though, bro.
No, it was fire. It was fire. But Cody's return at that particular time, was he on the level? Was he on the level? Seth Rollins was a multiple-time world champion.
Yeah.
Main eventer of many pay-per-views, something that Cody didn't even scratch the surface of in his first run. He went to AEW, helped build that company, build his brand up. Granted, you know what I'm saying? So the hardcore fan, like for example, were you wondering where the hell Cody Rhodes was during those 5 or 6 years he wasn't around?
Yeah, I was.
So he was like, damn, where's Cody?
Spirit.
So okay, now did you seek after finding him?
No, I didn't.
So
I'll be honest.
When he came back, did you have any idea it was going to be him?
No, I didn't.
Right. But it turned out to be a good result, right? But
it did.
But we can definitely thank Seth for at least that warm welcome.
Cool. I mean, salute. But let me ask you this question though. Let me be advocate. So what if it was AJ Styles that welcomed him back? Wouldn't it be the same thing? See?
Wow. All right. I can't think of a quick enough response.
But I was not taking any credit away from Seth. Seth is definitely a phenomenal performer, and Seth definitely have full. But I'm just saying, I think it was a culmination of them not knowing where Cody was, unless you was a hardcore fan, and then the surprise of him coming back. You know, and Seth Rollins being at the top of his game, and that being the first match that Cody has. So I think it was, like I said, it was half and half. You know, I wouldn't say that it was just all him. So I think that's a bit arrogant saying, oh, it was me. If there wouldn't have been no second coming. It's like, bro, no, he was working.
Well, I mean,
I could say if he was doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was working. He was working. And he came back.
Separating reality from character, of course, he's supposed to sound arrogant like that. That's what makes it.
He's doing a good job. Yes.
But when we dissect it to see if there's how much truth there is to it, and now I think about it, the whole AJ Styles comparison, I don't think the match would have been that good. I don't think AJ Styles walking around with no opponent, just wondering who my mystery opponent was, would draw the more, be as intriguing, because I can't recall if AJ Styles was a heel or a face at that particular WrestleMania. We'd probably have to go back and look. You know, he's been flip-flopping quite a bit the last few years. However, I think Seth's intrigue, his character at the moment, really helped because Cody had someone to go against who the fans hated already. People still on the low like AJ Styles, but Seth Rollins, you know, so Cody comes in with all the pomp and circumstance, the pyro, the music, the wardrobe, like a brand new person for those who have not seen him since he left. I've seen him because I'm an AEW guy, so I was watching this whole thing. And I was wondering when he showed up, were the fans going to treat him the right way? Because the fans at AEW, they were not treating him the right way before he left. And he was genuinely worried about getting booed on that return, which I would have been as well. Because I don't understand why the fans turned on him to begin with in AEW. I couldn't wrap my brain around what did he do for them to start booing him all of a sudden when he was one of the people who actually helped build that company. And I'll probably have to deep dive into that more, but I was watching it like, yo, Cody's out here. He was going through tables of fire with Andrade. He had a match with Andrade where they went through a table of fire. Matter of fact, I got a whole video on my channel about that right before WrestleMania 39. I digress. So I was worried he might come into WWE and get the same treatment, but then I realized it is a different type of fan, especially if you've been gone for a while, right? Fondness makes the heart grow stronger in the WWE world. But the hardcores, they do. And WrestleMania is probably half hardcore. I would say 60% hardcore, 40% casual. But anyway, what were you about to say, Gold?
I would say, man, like when it comes to the fans, man, like you just never know. I mean, look how long they won't like, rocking with Roman Reigns. But it just took a certain like story and a certain build up for them to say, you know what? He's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Cody. I guess he just needed a reset. And that's what I think when sidebar. I think that's what when Taker was talking to Logan Paul and was like, look, don't be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold some stuff back because you just never know, like, when stuff is going to turn around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So always keep something in the bag. But you just never know, man. Everything is just timing, and I think it was just it was honestly the universe saying, all right, it's time for you to go. You're doing any and everything to impress these fans, and this is where you need to be. And it just kind of all aligned, you know what I'm saying? And was Seth a heel at the time when he faced him?
Yeah. He had just started.
He was, yes. Yeah. Now I think about it, yes, he was.
He had that annoying laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a heel at the time. So it made sense. And Cody's return is kind of like Drew McIntyre's return. Drew wasn't getting treated the right way with his talent. He went away, made his name on the indies, came back. Now here we are with him. Same thing with Cody. I actually enjoyed watching Cody's story of leaving and saying, you know what, I'm going to build a name for myself. I'm going to go grind on the indies. Then I'm going to create a promotion or help co-create a promotion. And now I'm going to come back to where I was. I'm going to get the superstar treatment, which he probably wasn't ready for when he was there before, right? But now he's like white meat, baby face, done right.
Mm-hmm. I always like this finisher though, man. So I'm glad it's like.
The Crossroads is cool.
The Crossroads is fire, bro.
My creative character has that, and the Cody Cutter.
Yeah, the Cody Cutter is nice too.
Got a Cody Cutter as well. In terms of Roman Reigns, you brought up Roman Reigns, how they booed him forever. All it took was just an attitude change, a shift of his character. But the same thing still remained. He was hardly ever losing. He wasn't losing before. He wasn't losing when he became the tribal chief. He just became more of a badass. And also during a turbulent time in our lives, we needed something different. So, he did that during 2020. So, but the rest is here. Rest is history. 4 year storyline with the bloodline, And
still he got bulked up. He took off the bulletproof vest.
Took off the vest, grew his beard out, got some better music, stopped coming through the crowd. He's just
had the red boots. Had the super glove on when he did the Superman punch with. Right.
He got his family. They started terrorizing the WWE for years. Worked out perfectly. Who would have thunk it? But, all right. So, we went off. We didn't go off. This is just really good. That promo had me thinking like, all right, how much of this is actually, how much is true and how much is, story? A lot of story. But when you think about the different attachments, the different degrees of Seth Rollins' involvement with different people's careers, it's just funny to see how it all comes together. It actually makes me want to go back and look at Cody before he left and where Seth Rollins was and where Cody was, because I think he was like Stardust right before he left.
I think so, yeah.
Right? Just look at that trajectory, right? Because like now, Cody Rhodes is getting ready to go against Randy Orton. He used to be Randy Orton's goon. And now he's like, I think he's transcended Randy Orton. But we'll see. All right. Then he said the World Heavyweight Championship, he was the first. The NXT Championship, he was the first. Both true. And he carried that that World Heavyweight Championship run, that first one, he definitely carried it on his back until he ultimately lost it to Drew McIntyre, who lost it the same day to Damian Priest, who lost it to Gunther, who lost it to Jey Uso, who lost it to Gunther. Right now, that is the lineage of that title. I don't know why I remember that off the top of my head, but I actually like that title a lot because typically it's tied to, the really good matches. But so he said those titles, those moments, they exist because I built them in my image. I liked it when he said that. In my image, I am the creator. I am the prime mover. I am the past. I am the present, and this is the future of this company.
I'm not gonna knock that either. He definitely was one of the hardest workers when he had that belt. He was like putting it on the line like every fucking Monday.
He was defending that thing a lot. Yeah, he was definitely
a lot.
Yeah.
And he would say that too. He was like, he said, I want to make this the workhorse title. I want to make this title prestigious. Prestigious. Like, and he was working, and hats off. I cannot knock that either.
Nah,
that wasn't cap. That was all truth.
Can't knock it at all. So then he said, and with my oracle, Paul Heyman, by my side, he called Paul Heyman the Oracle.
Yeah.
Not the wise man. Now he is the Oracle. I actually like that flip. I actually like that flip a little bit. They still don't have a name for the group. And I was listening to a podcaster yesterday who said they might be bringing up one more member from NXT, but we'll see who that. We'll see. But he said, with my Oracle, Paul Heyman by my side, we know a thing or two about revolutions, don't we, Paul? Referencing ECW and things of that nature. Being a revolutionary, that is. And every revolution meets resistance. And I deal with resistance diplomatically until I get pushed and pushed and pushed until I am forced to react. And that's exactly what happened with LA Knight. He stuck his nose in our business and he got a tsunami after tsunami after tsunami for his trouble. Spoken like a boss. What do you think about that? Yep. Your boy LA Knight on the shelf. He's going to come get his revenge, but the rumor has it that he's going to move
out for a while.
No, he's going to eventually move over to Raw.
Okay, I mean, if you ask me, I think it'll be a better look for him.
Yeah.
I think he's done everything he could at SmackDown, and I think kind of like a new stage for LA Knight to pop out every Monday night. I think that'd be cool. And LA Knight kind of like has that Monday Night Raw essence about him too.
Yeah.
He seems like a Monday Night Raw guy, like he should be on prime time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's time. It's time, man. Sometimes, a change of scenery is better for the career.
I agree. He said, my dog, and he proceeded to bark, Bron Breakker, gets to do the same to the next thorn in our side. He was talking about Penta there. So then he said, let me spell it out. There's a lot of men who think they belong at the top. John Cena, Gunther, challengers like CM Punk and Goldberg. Some low level boos for the Goldberg one. They tried to do some chants. That shit didn't work. I'm actually concerned about that. At least not in Atlanta. But if that feud extends outside of this one match, might be trouble. And those in the King of the Ring, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Randy Orton. But here's what they don't understand. They're all running a race for second place. Because this, he points towards the briefcase, this is the finish line. This is the end game. It has and always will be. Seth freaking Rollins. That was a great promo. And actually, I did take longer to say it than he did because I went into little sub-chapters of each line. But I thought it was a pretty good promo, better than anything he said recently in the last few weeks. So shout out to Seth Rollins firing those shots. All right, so we have Bron Breakker against Penta. And the match was okay. It was a TV match. Typical WWE style. Starts slow, but picks up after the commercial break. Penta finally got the Mexican Destroyer on him. Couldn't get the pin. He went for something off the ropes, and Bron Breakker speared him out of nowhere to oblivion.
Speared the fuck out of him, man. I didn't see that coming.
I did not see it at all. He speared the shit out of him. Got the 1, 2, 3. Clean win. Nick was telling me, he was like, it seems as if they're making Bron Breakker just seem like just a goon. And I was like, well, he kind of is, but I guess they're stripping away some of his individuality. Can't say the word. They're stripping away some of his persona. that made him. Now he's just barking. Let's talk a lot more barking. That's the way. That's the mixed sentiment about it. I just like watching him spear people. His spears have been crazy for the past couple of weeks. So, what are you thinking?
I think he's kind of like he's going into that role kind of hot like Solo Sikoa was. I'm not a man of many words. I'm just about business. And I can see that. And then it's like when it's time for him to like step up into that certain space, whether it's like a championship, route, that's when he'll talk more. So right now, I don't really got much to say. But when it's time for me to like step into my position and what I'm supposed to do, that's when I'll talk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he's all business.
He's more of an enforcer. Goon.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the muscle, pummeling his opponents, handling business for Seth. But he is his own individual. He can talk. He can do all those things. And at some point, he's going to turn face. And I assume it's when he finally breaks out of this faction. Depending on how much, depending on the legs on it and how far they plan to take it, we'll see. Everything will change. Yeah. We'll have a better idea once that briefcase is gone out of the equation. Whether
that's when things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, that's when
that briefcase gets gone.
Yeah. At that point. All right. Jade Cargill had a match with Roxanne Perez, and as we predicted, she is going to the Queen of the Ring finals against Asuka, which they have a history. They've worked together before. I'm hoping that the match is good. To keep it a buck, Roxanne Perez did the best she could do carrying Jade Cargill in this match. And it was a good story of cat and mouse at the beginning. Roxanne just avoiding the contact, dipping in and out the ring, trying to get Jade to chase her and whatnot. All that stuff worked. We go to commercial, we come back. Now the story shifts to Roxanne working on the leg, which when you have a size discrepancy like that between those two, the layup is to work on the leg.
Always when it's like the bigger opponent, just work on the legs and chop them down like a tree.
Chop them down like a tree. So, but I could see the holes in Jade's game. There's still some work. She's levels behind Bianca. Definitely levels behind Roxanne, but Roxanne is just up there. But she did a great job. Yeah. But she carried that match, like no question.
She did. She was on running circles around her, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Roxanne Perez. Beautiful job. Definitely going to be a future champion.
100%.
Definitely multi champion.
100%. And she's still like under 25.
Yeah. She got plenty of time, man. Plenty of time to do a lot of things. But I just think, Jade just has that star power right now, so the attention is focused on her.
Yeah.
And they just want to put her in position to, get her that title reign or put her in a title run, whether she gets it this year or next year, they're just trying to put her on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. But hey, Jade got the victory. Ultimately, she had a power bomb, then put her in the Jaded, got the pin, 1, 2, 3. And here we are.
That transition right there was kind of sloppy. You notice that?
Well, I thought that Jade was trying to go for the triple power bomb or something like that.
Exactly. And then it's kind of like, oh man, something went wrong. So she's like, oh, let me just do my other move. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it looked a little sloppy.
Yeah, I think it's that she just did a power bomb and let go and then picked her up.
Yeah. But
I think maybe possibly they were running out of time. And the ref was like, hey, we ain't got time for you to pick them up. Because, she has to lift her up, do it again. Maybe for whatever reason, you could tell that something went wrong there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But hey, they did the best they can do. Shout out to Roxanne.
They did.
Jade's going to go against the vet, Asuka. Hopefully that match turns out to be really good. We shall see. But we'll talk about who you think is going to win a little bit later.
Love you, ladies. Thank you so much. Good job.
All right. So Becky Lynch, she had her match against Bayley. And you know what? Something told me. I just had the hunch. As soon as Lyra was in the back, expressing whatever opinion she had or feelings towards Bayley getting her shot, something just told me that she was going to get involved in their match, which is exactly what she did. The problem is we just saw that story right before WrestleMania with Rhea Io and Bianca with Rhea.
Yep.
Causing, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I came to the ring when I wasn't supposed to.
Yep.
To look out for you, but I know you're in a title match, and yet I still can't control my temperament enough to let the match play out, and now I cost you the victory. Now, this is like wrestling, old school booking 101. But you don't want to do that too often. But we had talked about this last week. We said they're probably going to lead towards some type of three-way, and I believe this is probably
me and you both agreed.
Yeah.
Me and you both said that. We called it. We said it's gonna end up being a three-way. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know, man. We just got that wrestling writer's mind. You know what I'm saying? And look what happened. It sure did turn into it. It made it seem like it wasn't gonna be that at first, but I'm just like, why is she out here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they kept playing with it or whatever. And then like that, I don't want to, whoever didn't see it, I don't want to give away the setup. But then when she just jumped in, I'm just like, the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, for you to play around that much, you should have just went straight to it. Why play around that much? You know what I'm saying? That makes it seem like it's not going to be that when you know it's going to be that, you know?
I mean, yeah.
I think they were just kind of teasers. You know what I'm talking about? Like within the match, they kept saying she was doing enough not to interfere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
she kept playing with it. And then she finally just jumped in and interfered. It's like, you should have just interfered if you was going to interfere. Like, why play around with it?
Because she was provoked.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Had she came out, helped Bayley get up or whatever. Because remember, so Becky buried Bayley under the chairs and shit, right? To try to get the count out. So Lyra came out. So innocent enough, let me come out and take these chairs off of you, because clearly everybody else around the announce desk ain't going to do it. Like, I guess Michael Cole and Corey Graves are not capable of pulling off furniture. Maybe they can't get involved that way. I don't know. But here comes Lyra to help. Okay, that makes sense to me. And as she did that and then kept her ass in the corner or something, but Becky came, provoked her, hit her, ran in the ring trying to bait her, and Lyra's like, all right, she cut herself off. She stopped that first time. So the tease was kind of cool. She stopped the first time. But the second time, not so much. The second time, as Bayley finally gets back in the ring, ready to go and get back to it, on the top rope, getting ready to hit her elbow or whatever, Lyra just runs into the ring and starts attacking Becky, like out of control rage. And I think that's kind of what pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know the reason behind it, but I think that's kind of what pissed me off. It's like, here's Bayley with her moment, and then she like interrupts it. It's like, really? You gotta wait till she have a moment, but that's good writing. Yeah. It pissed me off. So that says everything. Like, yeah. I think it's just something that you don't want to overuse. Like, okay, if we're going to, I think they can find some more creative ways to set up a triple threat.
They can. They need to hire us, man.
Totally. They need to hire. I'm not moving to Connecticut though, so.
No. We can email. There's such thing as the email.
They folks is on the road with them. Sometimes although I see the same rinse, wash, and repeat booking of matches, I would think like, wait a minute, you hire writers for what? Because we saw that a mile away, and I just think there's other ways they could have did that. I ain't got nothing against it. I mean, the match between the three should be good. It should be good. I'm just thinking like, all right, this is kind of obvious, but I have to step outside myself. I've been watching wrestling for 40 years. Someone's watching for the first time. They have not seen this angle before.
They haven't. You're right. As a genuine fan, we kind of can like, we got that sixth sense to predict, outcomes on certain things. Yeah. And you're right. It's fresh to a younger mind, a younger fan that's like, seeing that kind of like feud for the first time. And, it's cool to have surprises, like with something, like especially wrestling.
Oh, yes. That's why we get so excited when something unpredictable happens, right? So now we're sitting here. Exactly. That's why for sure. 70% of each show we do is speculation and prediction. Like, oh, what are they going to do? We love it when we don't know what they're going to do. It's just
we love it when we're wrong.
Right. It's the best. I've been wrong about so much shit this year, except John Cena turning heel. Spot on with that one. Spot on with that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the biggest angle of the entire year. So I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. Break room applause for me. So here we are, a three-way.
Hey, look, and me predicted Naomi was gonna go heel.
Yep. You get that too. You are spot on, sir. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So here's we are. Here what we see right now. These three women are the Intercontinental Championship picture. Now, had they known they were not going to have a winner in this particular match, why they're not doing it at the pay-per-view? Beyond me, because it is Night of Champions. It ain't much championship shit happening. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So those three, probably at the next pay-per-view or something, but that's where it's going. Got it. Maybe Lyra will get her. SummerSlam? Okay.
Yeah, triple threat SummerSlam.
A ways away, but something has to happen between now and then, right? It would be nice if someone else got interjected in the mix, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. Backstage, Sami Zayn was being interviewed about, his feelings of losing to Randy Orton on the previous week's SmackDown. And here comes Karrion Kross, still talking that shit, calling them a loser and whatnot. And he gets clocked in the mouth. And now their match is set for Night of Champions. So Karrion Kross, he got a match on at the PLE. All right. Good for him, right? Still don't know. I still have no idea where this is going. But when Sami walked away, they zoomed in on Karrion Kross and he was like, "Yeah, we got him." What the fuck do you think that means, Gold?
I have no clue.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
I'm excited to see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is Karrion Kross going to win? Are they going to team up after he wins? I mean, is Sami Zayn going to win and go AWOL and finally turn heel? Like, starts whooping his ass even better after he wins? Like, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see what they're going to do. Very interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea. What the end game is for this in particular, or how it's going to do anything for either man.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who's going to benefit from it, but since it's something new that I haven't seen, I'll take it.
It's interesting.
I'll take it, and possibly it might have an amazing match, and it might be a great stage for Karrion Kross to show his stuff because he hasn't been doing much this year. Just been in the back, being a damn troll.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
And which sucks because Karrion Kross is besides character wise, man, Karrion Kross got one of the fucking coolest entrances, man.
Yeah, his entrance was dope, man. It was dope.
It is.
It's dope, and he's really, really good. He's very, very good. He got the height. Yeah. He was standing next to Sami. They're the same height, so it's not a size issue. He's got the build. He's got the build. He can talk. Got the look. Got the entrance. Got the music. But he ain't got shit to do.
Did you like Karrion Kross with the hair or without the hair? Which one you like
both.
better?
I like them both. When he was on NXT throwing people around, I thought he was cool. I mean, the whole TikTok shit, maybe not. I mean, hell, Drew McIntyre put him over when he first debuted. I thought they were going to put the rocket on him, but I don't know. They got so much talent, man. They got so much talent, but they got to make some room for him, man. He ain't got no singles title. He ain't got no title shots. He ain't no Money in the Bank. He ain't in Queen King in the Ring. He's just chilling backstage, which we're going to talk about that a little bit later as well. But we had an interview segment with Michael Cole and Goldberg. And Goldberg's like, "Hey, I don't care if I'm 58, 48, 38, 28. I'm going to fuck Gunther up." And that got a pop from the crowd. Until Gunther came out and was like, "Bro, you ain't never faced anybody like me, sir. Get your ass out of here.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry."
And Gunther was on fire out there talking that shit.
As he should be.
As he should be.
As he should be, man. I don't know. We already talked about this. We don't want to see this.
Yeah, I still don't want to see this match though.
Hell no, motherfucker.
No,
we don't care about this match. We don't care about it.
No.
I'm sorry, we don't care about it, man.
Yeah.
We don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean,
like, appreciate what you did in the past, Goldberg. We just don't care about this match, man.
We salute you, Goldberg. We appreciate you. You had an incredible run, a dominant run, Hall of Famer. But nah, bro. And, you know, and it's not, I don't know if it's the age thing. I'm not going to blame it on the age because, you know, I'm biased. I'm a Sting fan. I flew all the way to North Carolina just to see his last match at 62. But Sting, and he did what he needed to do. He was always in tag matches, not like singles matches. But he knew what to do. Goldberg wants to come out and still be Goldberg. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never really been a super Goldberg fan. I was just kind of like, the spirit was cool, you know. The Your Next, you know, promos is cool, but as far as like me being excited about a Bill Goldberg like match, I'm just kind of like I'm just being honest. Like I said, I appreciate what he done, you know, for the business, you know. Salute to anybody that put in work for this great business, you know. But
you just ain't it.
He just never really did it for me, man. He just never really did it for me.
Yeah. Hey, it's like that sometimes.
Especially, but I mean, and maybe I'm a little bit sour, you know, for what he did to my boy, you know, Bret Hart. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
So maybe that's what it is.
Fair enough.
That was crazy, man. You know, because Bret Hart is probably like one of the most, you know, he never hurt anybody. He was always you felt safe with him. You know, he took his time, and he made sure you was protected when you had a match with him. And this guy was just fucking up multiple times, bro. You know, and I remember he said he was like supposed to hold on to him, and he just dropped him, and he landed on his head, and he said he almost passed out. He said he was seeing stars or whatever. It's like, yo, what are you doing? And same thing, like the match with, you know, Steven Regal. Steven Regal had to humble him, like, yo, chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. had that Starrcade match went a little different, had that kick that gave Bret Hart the concussion not happen. Hell, Bret Hart would probably be still wrestling way into his 50s and late 50s, most likely, because, as you mentioned, the safe style that he worked. The concussions is kind of unpredictable. I mean, you don't know what bump you're going to take that actually causes it. These guys are getting the whiplash effect all the time. But you know, that getting kicked.
And sometimes they slip up with punches and stuff and elbows. And, oh shit.
Hell, I mean, Goldberg would hurt himself. Just he would run into the ring post and hurt himself. I remember an episode of WCW. This motherfucker tore his bicep because he decided he wanted to punch through a limousine glass window. And then was on the shelf for a minute. Like, his run got fucked up because of injuries, being so damn intense, fucking shoulder blocking the damn post, head butting doors and soda machines, punching through glass. Like, chill the fuck out, bro.
Exactly. It's like, yo.
Damn, homie.
Tripping.
The fuck we doing, man?
Tripping. I digress. I'm with you. I don't want to see this match either.
Fucking ridiculous.
And I won't be watching that night. I'm going to watch it the next day because I'll be watching AEW All In that Saturday. So you know how we talked about last week? We had talked about, well, I suggested or speculated that Roxanne Perez was going to get in the mix a little bit more with Judgment Day to earn their trust, right? And they had made it seem as if Raquel was not sure what the fate of the tag team titles were going to be. But Finn was like, well, don't worry about that right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. You need to go out and call out Rhea Ripley for that shit she did to you last week. Gave her a little hype speech. And she went out there and she called Rhea Ripley out. And Rhea Ripley, don't turn down from no challenge, came out. They had like a little brawl. It was pretty cool. And then they pulled out the Slim Jim table.
I know. Yep.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Fucking ridiculous. They're running with it.
They're running with it, bro. They are going all the way. Did you notice that some of those matches were brought to you by Insert X? Did you catch that too?
Yep.
the Slim Jim table it is an eyesore.
Too much.
It's already in the middle. It's already in the middle of the ring. You need to put it on the table too. But I digress.
It's way too much.
Yeah. At some point, the fans are going to have to revolt on this shit and start booing things like this. But they're not right now because most of them don't fucking care. So they start the brawl. They pull out the Slim Jim table. Rhea's getting ready to hit the riptide on Raquel through the table. Out comes Roxanne Perez for the save, which led to Raquel hitting her powerbomb on Rhea through the table, wrecked her, and now she's grown some respect for Roxanne. They embrace, and it looks like at some point, I think inevitably they're going to be tag team partners, which would be great from a storyline perspective until Liv gets back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they get comfortable with each other, and then when Liv comes back, it's kind of like, no, we're partners.
Right.
But, well, me and Roxanne have been doing good since you've been gone.
Give me my belt back.
Friction.
Yeah, they're gonna become like best friends in this, and they're gonna start having matches and title defenses and like holding on to those things. But yeah, Roxanne's first taste of main roster gold will be those tag titles. I'm calling it right here, right now.
And then she's gonna have her first taste of Liv's man too, and it's gonna come out too, and then that's gonna be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yep, and then I guess the question is: does Liv come back as a face or a heel? Depends on what's popping at the moment. Again, a lot of things can change during one superstar's injury time off, you know. But we still wish Liv a speedy recovery, MVP 2024 for her, and half of 2025. So I want her back as soon as possible. But hey, Raquel got some good heat and got to shine and look dominant once again. And Rhea was the person to do it. They're set up for a street fight at Night of Champions. We'll talk about who we think is going to win in just a few moments. But shout out to all the performers. I did like that segment a lot, with the exception of the goddamn Slim Jim table.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Fans, start booing that shit. Start speaking out on that shit.
Wiggity, whack.
For real.
That shit was whack. It was.
All right. I think I got everybody except the main event. Main event, we got Cody Rhodes. Great match with Jey Uso. I mean, they worked slow in the beginning. They picked it up at the end. It was a pretty even back and forth match. Jey Uso even hit the crossroads on Cody. So I thought that was pretty cool. Cody hit a Cody cutter from the ropes. He had a Cody cutter from the top rope. They were doing their thing. The fans were into it. But halfway through, I was like, yeah, Cody's going to win this. I just felt it. Once they started exchanging the punches, I was kind of like, nah, I think Cody's going to go ahead and take this.
Me too.
And a lot based on because it was Randy already in the finals. So I was like, Cody versus Randy will be a big marquee match for this pay-per-view, for this PLE. Versus Jey Uso, Randy, I think there's a lot more interpersonal built-in storyline between a former mentor, you know, and where Cody Rhodes is. It makes more sense. It could be at a bigger stage, but so be it. They're both gunning for Cena. So
I don't know. I think it could have went. I think it would have been great either way, man. Of course, the story between Cody and Orton, them being like him being his mentor, and then Jey Uso, on his comeback to getting the world, heavyweight championship. What way to like put him back on track than to be the legend? You know what I'm saying? But great match, man. Like I was thoroughly entertained with the match. Thoroughly entertained. I knew it was going to be a good match. And they both put on a great show, man. I'm so excited for Jey because Jey's still putting in work. He's still gonna be hot. He's still super charismatic. Like he still has a crowd behind him. And he's definitely gonna get that title again. But what I'm waiting for WWE Undisputed Champion Jey Uso. That shit is gonna be amazing.
Okay, so you think that
amazing?
So that's where you think it's going to go. You think that's in his trajectory that Jay's going to get the big gold belt
sometime soon, and it might be him versus Roman, and that's going to be the thing that, like, you know,
they already did that. They did that in Tribal Combat.
I know, but this time he's going to win.
Roman,
he never beat him.
Whoa.
Jay's going to win.
Whoa. So you're saying that Jay is going to get put over by Roman Reigns for, assuming that Roman Reigns gets the title back, which I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't think it's going to be this year.
Oh, not this year.
Not to say that it can't happen, but Roman hasn't even acknowledged the fact that Jay was a former world champion to begin with.
Yep. And that's going to be the thing that kind of like something, I don't know when, but somehow the story is going to be like Jay saying that, bringing it up, like, yo, you never acknowledged me when I won a world championship. Maybe when I win the WWE Undisputed, you will finally acknowledge me, because that's the title that you carried for 1,000 and something days. And then you will finally acknowledge me.
Okay, that's a good storyline arc. I like that one. I actually like that one. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a great showing from Jay. So my girl's not, she likes, there's a few wrestlers that she really likes. She likes Seth Rollins. She sings along with the song because she likes the song. She likes CM Punk because he's an underdog. So she's a very casual fan, doesn't watch hardly ever. But those were the wrestlers that she connected with. Same thing with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. She wasn't liking Jey Uso at first. She knew that I liked Jey Uso, but she was like, I want Cody to win. I'm going for Cody. Then she saw Jey Uso coming down and how the kids were reacting to him. And she's just like, oh, that's so adorable. So now she likes Jay only because of like just how the kids were like, you know what I'm saying? It's just touching to see.
He's cool, man.
He's really dope. The music is fire. The entrance is fire. And he just commands the crowd like that. Like I would have never thunk it. Never would have saw it. But when you let people, when you take the leash off of people and to give them a chance to shine.
Let them be themselves, man. Let them be themselves. And just going back to like just cultural, like, you know, cultural influence. Like my man, him and his brother are super kicking motherfuckers in Air Force Ones, bro. Bro. As simple as that is, but it's just like, yo, like, who don't know about Air Force Ones, you know what I'm saying? And like the sneaker culture. And
he was even surprised.
That. He was like, yeah.
You'll be surprised. That's going to tie into what we talk about a little bit later with your boy. But I'm peeping it. And I'm just wondering why the ankles don't hurt. But I digress. It is what it is. It is what it is. Jay running, jumping, hopping, and skipping, super kicking, and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, that's some Air Force Ones.
That's some Air Force Ones. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. All right, so that was Monday Night Raw. Let's go ahead and get the Night of Champions. Let's get some plugs in. People holler at Nick on twitch.tv/NickAtrocious. Gold, he drops music every single Friday.
That's Gold 919 on SoundCloud.com, man. Every Friday I've been dropping something.
Rappers Like Wrestling 3, which is part 3 of an incredible series.
Appreciate the love for Raps Like Wrestling 3. That shit dropped May 5th. It's strictly on Bandcamp and YouTube.
Right now you're checking out the SOP.
Hip-hop and wrestling.